Okay, we're back 5 seconds later. I have everything backed up. I've done everything I'm going to possibly do. We'll eject the tray. I burned a brand new disc with my bootleg copy of XP Pro that is completely legit and legal. We'll put that in. I'm not concerned about it auto launching or any other crap. It's got a reset button. Just like that. Obviously I don't care what blows up on this thing because I'm redoing it all the way. So here we go. I'll skip through the RAM test. 320 mega RAM. Everything's all set. Press any key to boot from CD. There you go. Setup is inspecting your computer's hardware config. The yellow light, or amber I guess we can call it in this case, blinks. The floppies clunk around. F6 if you need a third-party SCSI or RAID driver. Shit, anybody remember playing with that? I've had my fair share of that bullshit. That's terrible. That's terrible. This is just plain IDE. Now, a moment while the machine is loading up the Windows setup, you've been hearing this droning hard drive going and going, and it's like, Jay, it's gonna die. I ran extended diagnostics on this hard drive, and even though it's only 8.45 gigabytes and is probably original to this machine, I have not removed it, I'm gonna leave it. Now, upgrading the drive to a larger drive, which likely would be a lot faster, would be a wise move. If the system can handle one of the other tasks I'm going to try to throw at it after everything is said and done, then I likely will go ahead and take an image of the hard drive that's in there and put that on another drive and go on from there. Setup is starting Windows. I'll get back to what I was saying in a moment. To set up Windows XP now, press enter. If you press enter well enough, it'll work. Okay, the 3821 meg disk on disk is the flash drive. The 8 gig is the I wonder if this would actually install to a flash drive. That's interesting. Anyway, F8 for I agree, searching for previous versions of Microsoft Windows. I really should have unplugged the flash drive before getting started here. But anyway, let's see what it comes up with here. It's still searching. While it's searching, look at the wattage usage. 80-something watts. And the heatsink is getting quite warm now. And if I take a measurement, look at that. 95 degrees. Why? Because the system is running in real mode instead of protected mode. In real mode, that processor is running like full boat, full core, full everything, and it is not slowing down, speed stepping. I don't even think this thing has it. It just sits there at 87 watts, full chooch here. But the system is not going to spend more than, maybe a minute in real mode booting up. And once it gets into Windows, it's in protected mode, and that's the end of it. Any system does that is of the older BIOS instead of UEFI architecture. Anyway, it found a copy of Windows, repair it, press R. To install a fresh copy, press escape. We'll press escape, and there's all the crap there. I'm going to go ahead and delete all this stuff and have it do a full format on the drive, because why the fuck not? And we'll go from there. Okay, we're ready to delete. Press enter. To delete, press L, unpartition space. 8 gig formatting using NTFS. Not the quick version. Good night, nurse. I ran a new Ethernet wire in the interim up through the ceiling, way down along the cable plenum, as I call it, all the way down through all this crap, over this way, and here's the new wire, and it's gonna sag and get itself set plugged in where the old wire was. Old wire is sitting here. These were a couple of 14 footers I had tied together. I just dragged along the floor. I was just too lazy for years to run a new wire. So I ran a new wire, and that's all going good. Only been 6 or 7 minutes. Already the drive is almost 60% formatted. Just finished formatting. It's now checking drive C. It has completed that, creating a list of files to be copied, and somehow it doesn't have to read from CD when it does that. Now it's copying files. Does anybody remember good old text installation screens? 80 columns wide. You could actually count how many bars were left if you really wanted to. All that good shit back in the day. Oh, that was good stuff. Yep, gives me a good feeling to see that again. It really does. It's like hopping in the old Buick. Nothing else fucking like it. So now here we are installing copying files. We're pumping a bit more. Let's see what the proc is at now. It went up a little bit more, 104, but I guarantee that'll go down. That'll go down. Oh, that's getting where I don't want to hold it. But, you know, it's getting to that point. But that's okay. It's going to cool right down once it gets into the GUI. It'll be perfectly fine. Now in the graphical part of the Windows installation, you'll notice this may look different if you remember other installations of Windows XP. This is running in 16 color mode. When I originally installed the OS, and I forgot to show you before when that was. It was a long time ago. It was back when Juno had that dial-up free email crap from back in the day. But anyway, let me continue on. This is just going to be all blank. Next. Now the product key. So for that, we use the fuck gates and windows key. Computer name was Colonnade. And what area code? 516 is the area code here. I wonder if it'll pick up the modem. Both of them. In fact, this machine is so awesome that I fully expect once everything is all done here, not only will it come up with the internal modem and the external modem, and all I would have to do is just add the initialization string to it, but also it will identify all the other hardware in the machine. The video card will work properly in Windows. Why it doesn't work here, I don't know, but I do remember that back in the day, back in 2001 maybe, is when I originally installed Windows on this thing, and it ran for 16 years, kinda. So yeah, it was time to reload it, I think. I put it into service without reloading the operating system, which was against what I normally do. But anyways, it's there, it's installing, it's doing its thing, it's installing the network. I was mentioning earlier, oh, I'm sorry, as an aside, look at the wattage reading, because we're now in protected mode. Now, I don't know how long it's been here. Well, I can certainly hold my hand on that. It's just barely warm again. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. And the temperature inside, 82. So, yep, we're living up to our claims here. It's doing stuff, jumping up a little bit, but settling back down to that 40-50 watt mark, just as it should. So I was mentioning about the hard drive earlier and swapping it out. In the event, let me just set this up here. This was MS Home. And that took a few seconds, I seem to remember. Put my CD back while I'm waiting. And there we go. It's just going to finish installing Windows. 29 minutes. Not bad. The hard drive, finally. In the event this machine is able to do what I want it to do in addition, which will be a subject of a later video, should it be able to do that, I may very well take an image of this drive, put a larger drive in, write the image to that drive, and then expand it using gparted so it fills up the entire partition on that drive. And the original 8.45 gig drive, I think it is, will be left for additional storage. The issue, which I haven't looked, and it's really as simple as mapping out the cables inside because the BIOS doesn't tell me anything, because of this zip drive, which does still work, I don't know if the zip drive is tied in with the CD-ROM drive or tied in with the hard drive. And you don't really want to put a hard drive on the IDE bus with the CD-ROM if you can help it. In my old Dell XPS R450, I think it was, which was basically the same machine with a little bit different faceplate and a 450 megahertz top-of-the-line P2, and a whole host of other good stuff. I had a DVD drive and a CD burner, one of the old HP CD burners from back in the day when they just started getting popular. Those were awesome drives. They still work to this day. They're slow, but shit, you get a better burn using a slower drive anyways, so that's not even a problem. And then we could waste more electricity for all the fucks who comment on that shit, as it wastes time burning and not running other programs. You remember all this stuff? Anyways, in that, I remember it was a bear to get running, to get the two optical drives together and this hard drive and the IDE and the IDE zip drive together on the same bus. So anyway, it can be done. It'll just be a lot of farting around with jumpers, and it's kind of nice we don't have to do that anymore. First boot after install. This does not have Service Pack 2. I don't think it even has Service Pack 1. I don't think you can go to Service Pack 2 from Service Pack None. But I don't remember. Maybe you can. Anyway, I have all the service packs and everything I need to get this thing up and running again. So let's just get this booted into Windows, check a couple of things, and then it's going to end this one and start the task of reinstalling all the software. I'm going to spare you from all of that, but there's certain things that I need to set up to make this work properly. Anyway, here's Windows, and now you can see that the colors and bit depth are all good. We'll go next. Anybody remember these screens? It's been a while. Some of you still use XP, and I don't blame you. Checking your internet connectivity. Does it have a network card driver? It does. Yes, it will connect through a local area network. Next. No, we're not going to register. You never tell Bill Gates. And the username is default. And next. And finish. I plugged my flash drive in. That will get to 300 megahertz, 320 mega RAM. No service pack. We'll go to Device Mangler, and I expect everything should be absolutely clean with no bangs. Perfect. Perfect. Even picked up the modem, which is not going to be on this system. If it will do what else I need it to, it can use the internal one, and then this could sit for another project another day somewhere. The sound card, it does see the Creative Sound Blaster 16 plug and play, so I guess in the BIOS I have the main one disconnected. I don't need to put the initialization string in there now because it's not going to be on this machine anyway. I could have theoretically unplugged it for the install. So let me get some preliminaries out of the way. Alright, next step is to run the Windows XP product key switcher. I don't know if this is actually even necessary now, because I have this thing called Port Up, Portable Update, which will get all the Windows updates. Pretty much, this is the Windows XP CD key changer by Mr. Dude. It'll allow you to change your Windows XP Corp CD key. Control C to cancel at any time, press any key, and then it brings up this. We'll roll it down over here, press any key, and put this down over here. I believe it launches the activator for XP. Yep, here it is. And I use one of these keys here. We'll type that in after using a telephone representative. Yes. Did I click next? Did it like it? Change product key, and off we go. Click update, and then we hit close. That goes away. We'll try Service Pack 2. It's going to extract. This is a 230 megabyte file off of a flash drive on USB 1, and it doesn't look like it's doing too bad. See if it'll take Service Pack 2. I guess so. So you can go from Service Pack none to Service Pack 2, allegedly, but I know you can't go to Service Pack 3 and the unofficial Service Pack 4, and yes, I'm going to be putting all of that in. So I'm going to let this fart around for a while, and then I'm going to set up TeamViewer on it, and then I can install everything else remotely so I don't have to stand here. So that's going to wrap up this part. Thank you for watching. Make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. I don't know what the next part is going to be just yet. And take care. We'll see you next time.